I got it, man. Yeah,
this is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We have a search warrant for the resident.
Our objective is to go find people that are alive on Instagram flexing with guns.
Once we can find out where they actually are, it's a good tool to go and pick them up. All right, it's go time.
Here we go, boys.
Inside of the residence! Come outside with your hands up!
In the early 2020s, Jacksonville gained for Jacksonville. The extreme level of bloodshed and murder in the city led the police to fiercely crack down on violent gang activity. Today, we ride around with Jacksonville's undercover gang unit, we see a SWAT team operation, we get an inside look at their evidence laboratory, and we spend many hours out in the field in order to study Jacksonville's approach to reducing gang violence. Folks, let's get to it.
I know last year a lot of what we talked about is the numbers going down when it comes to the shootings and all, and the homicides. That's moved up a little bit, but here's why. We've had 2 people over the past 2 weeks that got arrested for murdering their mothers.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says he killed his mother after an argument. The victim, Dulce Martinez, was found unresponsive in the apartment and later died at the hospital.
Former college basketball player accused of killing his mother in Jacksonville. Authorities were called to that gruesome scene Monday, found 51-year-old Erica Winford unresponsive.
And until y'all can start figuring out how to solve people, from killing their parents, or another one was shooting their boyfriend, or another one was a road rage incident, when we're now looking at those numbers of saying, yeah, you can't prevent those. But what we can do is prevent the ones that are out here we know that are on live, that are riding around with illegal guns, riding around with, illegal narcotics in their car. So obviously we've got some drug dogs we can call out on that.
So I'm just making sure my guys are where they need to be. If it's something big, real crazy, I'll go help with that stuff to try to bring it in. You're gonna be right in the thick of it, so just be prepared.
So if I heard this correctly, our objective is to go find people that are alive on Instagram flexing with guns.
We find that they're prohibited or they're not allowed to possess guns, and they are posting with them and continuously flaunting on social media that they have them. And so once we can find out where they actually are, it's a good tool to go and pick them up.
To all my rapper friends out there, yes, you just heard right. If you go live on Instagram flexing a switch, or maybe you're a felon showing a gun, it is very possible that your local PD is on a disguised burner account that might look like this, and they are watching what you are doing.
I'm someone that's in the streets and I have a hot gun. I do something, I pass it to a friend who passes it to a friend. There's the book, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. This is more like the Brotherhood of the Traveling Gun.
Sure.
Is that something you guys experience where?
It's not unusual to have literally a casing hit to a gun, and the gun has been coming back. So it can pass hands, but we're not DNA. We can't tell you that was the same person.
So how often do you get into hot situations?
Throughout my career, I've found myself there frequently.
Do you think you'll make an arrest tonight?
If it's there and we can make it, we will. We don't force arrest, and we don't arrest for petty minor stuff. This is to prevent and stop future violent crime, or try to prevent shootings, or there's people illegally possessing firearms and drug dealers and stuff like that.
So what we do, we call them GVI, the Group Violence Initiative. You'll have police officers doing police work, and all of a sudden we have a major incident that occur. We started our process then, and what we started working on is changing the mentality. The mentality is real simple of whenever you have that incident occur, the old way was to grab a bunch of officers, put them in one area of town, and do what's called a scorched earth. That is just to go out to stop anybody that's moving. Unfortunately, the way we used to do it back then is to give everyone tickets, put everyone in jail for the most minor offenses, and all you're doing is fracturing the relationship with the community. So we wanted to change that, and especially under our Sheriff TK Waters. We don't want to fight with the community. We want to be a part of the community.
How long you been doing this?
8.5 years. We help out that other team a lot because we have access to unmarked vehicles and they have marked cars, so we can sit in different places where they can't, and people will still continue their criminal activity.
And you made a lot of high-profile arrests.
I've been a part of some high-profile arrests, yes, along with the rest of the gang unit. We work as a team.
Detective Nieder and his unit have played a major role in busting the gang members involved in the ATK and 6 Block rat beef, including most recently arresting 5 guys in a connection to the Fulio murder and also arresting the 6 Block guys that while attempting to murder an ATK rival, they shot and killed a 7-year-old.
Miguel, you ready to sprint if we need to today?
Yep.
Do you wish you had a concealed carry right now?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm set up looking straight down Cal John right here, Clay.
One of them's on an ankle monitor, either him or the one holding a gun, then we can coordinate.
It's amazing that this is part of this is because of Instagram Live.
They know we watch too, but we have like burner accounts and people that watch, so.
You guys can mimic it well. Like it'll be like long live JJ, like free so-and-so,
Yeah.
free so-and-so,
Yeah.
like a picture of like a guy that, yeah. We're getting units in place. There's gonna be unmarked guys, there's gonna be some marked police officers, and once everyone kind of descends upon the area, that's when we jump out and action starts.
So we're going to wait for the right time, and when we have enough people, we will make the tactical choice, and that's when we'll choose to move in.
When you pull them out of that environment and put them in some structure, like they're actually fun kids to be around or they have potential, but there's something about this environment that just, all the cards are stacked in the wrong way and all the choices that are made.
You know what's right from wrong, so you have the choice to make those decisions or continue living the life that you live. All right, 2 of them are walking in the cut now. They just crossed over. Here comes the 3rd. One's got like red shoes on, blue jeans, all black, and then there was another one. They should be coming out on the Thomas here in a second. 4th one and the 5th one and the 6th one are all crossing the road now, headed to Thomas.
Why not get them when they're on the move?
Don't want to waste our contact with them, because then they're just going to be more secretive when they're outside like this and they can run anywhere. But if we can get them locked down into a residence and 10 of us go surround the house, they can't get out of the house. We're waiting on them to give us a reason to contact them. So we're waiting pretty much on the guns to show up. We'll give this until the sun goes down, and then ours starts getting a little hard to see. And then we'll call it and go and find something else to do.
There's 6 SWAT guys who are working overtime who are coming, and then we have 2 more marked cars and 1 more Cobra coming.
So right now they're just being scouted, basically. It sounds like they are conducting surveillance right now on them. We're waiting for other assets to get over here.
One of the other detectives that's working this case is actually working towards obtaining a search warrant for this residence.
How quick can a search warrant be granted?
You submit it, it goes to your supervisor for approval, and then it goes to a state attorney for approval, and then it goes to a judge for approval. And once the judge approves it, and it says approved on the computer system, it's as simple as just printing off a piece of paper.
The 2 that have been going live are both prohibited, I believe. One is a juvenile, I think one just turned adult. A judge is looking at arrest warrants for both of them right now for PFJD for both of their charges, and there's also a residential search warrant that's in the process of getting typed up.
The last I heard is the judge is looking at it, so I would imagine it gets signed within maybe like the next 10 to 15 minutes.
We spent the next 3 hours camped out in this car, waiting for both the suspects to go live on Instagram and flex their guns, and also for a judge to sign a search warrant of the suspected residents.
The judge has viewed all of them. He just hasn't signed them, and that's been close to an hour now.
He probably forgot to hit sign.
Correct, so we're trying to get a hold of the judge now.
What plays to your mind in this calm before the storm?
To do your job and do it effectively. Do what's necessary and do what you're trained to do.
They have warrants for PFJD currently that just got approved by a judge. They were at the house earlier today. Ankle monitor shows he's still at the house right now. Based on our intel, we believe that Dawn is still there too. We have 2 detectives on Wright Street right now. They'll link up with the 2 SWAT guys to get coverage on the rear. We'll give you guys a little bit to get set up on there. We're presuming that they're in the house right now just because of how cold it is outside.
Jesus Christ, they got a force assembled, huh?
We're going through it now.
All right, it's go time.
Here we go, boys.
All right.
Either one of you, do you understand?
You're good. I got you now. I got you. I got you. You got down the side.
He went back inside.
Inside the residence. Come outside with your hands up. Moving back. Moving back.
Residents of Calzone. This is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We have a search warrant for the resident. Come outside to the front door with your hands up and nothing in them unless to the commands of the officers.
One at a time. One at a time.
Ma'am, stay right there.
Stop.
Ma'am, stay right there for me.
Stop right there. All right, ma'am, you first.
There's like 7 more. All right, lady in the front. Walk. Walk to us. Any weapons on you?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right.
I just went inside.
Step back here. Step back here.
Why I gotta be in handcuffs, dude?
Keep walking. Keep walking.
What the hell to do with me?
Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Walk backwards. No weapons on you. Turn around. All right, walk back here. We'll just line them up on this charger.
I got it.
Clear the house now. Last man.
Search warrant. You got a text back there? Keep eyes on it, dude. I'll work with you.
We're at the scene. The search warrant has just been served. It appears all the occupants have been out. Most of them have been riot cuffed or handcuffed. And now they're trying to see if there's anyone else lingering in the house. It's an unsettling experience. I mean, we'll see what these guys are wanted for or what's in the house. It's a pretty dramatic experience to be pulled out of your house at gunpoint. A lot of these guys are really young. And if they are guilty of something, they're looking at probably a lot of time. In a functioning society, you want your young men to be productive and happy and making moves and having kids and having families and having good professions. So just it's shitty seeing kids lined up and cuffed, and who knows what their next step is. The family Chihuahua. Oh, you little poor thing.
We ain't do nothing, man.
Oh no, I'm ready to go home, go to sleep, man. Talking about a crazy day that just happened.
Who is one? Big dog's gotta eat.
Big dog's gotta eat, yeah.
What's he doing in Jacksonville though?
I'm seeing what the day in these guys' life looks like.
That's crazy. I know exactly. Tommy G on TikTok. That's Tommy G, man.
Put crime scene tape right here and put one from that tree over there. And any of these cars that don't belong here, if they don't move them, we're gonna have to tow them. Because
do I need to say it?
I didn't realize you guys were gonna roll this deep. This is a caravan of cars.
You have your SWAT assets here, your gang unit assets, CPR, K9. So yeah, I mean, we didn't know. I don't think they knew that the house was going to be have so many occupants in it. So
behind me, there's a lot of people starting to gather right now. There's moms, parents showing up, concerned, upset, wondering what's going to happen. They want to see the warrant. They want to know what the charges are. And just with how the legal process works, from what I've learned, they're not always quick to release that information. Ma'am, what's going through your mind right now?
Is that my kids then got caught up with the wrong people. And I told them to keep them people from over here. Because I know my grandkids don't sell drugs. But it's the
How old are
company
your
that
grandkids?
kids. My oldest grand is 19.
Okay.
My baby grand is 4. And her boyfriend is, I think he's 21. And I know he ain't selling drugs.
Are you here 24/7 with them?
No, I'm not, but
Okay.
listen, he's already on probation.
For what?
I don't know, but listen,
So-
it was the kids.
It's not that I'm doubting you. You got to remember, you're not here all day long, so you don't know what's going on at the house.
So how would you say the operation went?
Really good. We were out here working GVI, which is like looking for like guns and like violent people, and then sometimes we get tasked with like helping them with certain things. So it's not like a full like SWAT call out or anything, but we were just tasked with like helping them apprehend the people that were in there. So they just call us to help call them out and get them into custody.
I'm gonna talk to the families, but what I will say to you is nice mustache.
Thanks, man. I don't get that very often.
What's going through your mind right now?
I want to know where the search warrant is, first of all, because that's my house. I haven't been here in 2 months, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell is really going on.
Are you the landlord or do you live here? Or?
That's my house, that work. So I don't know nothing that's going on. And I haven't seen a search warrant, and I haven't talked to no one would tell me anything, so I'm just out here in the blind with all my little cousins on the ground.
I met your Chihuahua.
You did?
I gave him a few scratches.
Okay, thank you.
What's on your mind right now?
What's on my mind?
We trying to figure out what's going on.
Did they do?
Literally, like
Who
nothing
y'all
else,
is? What
nothing
y'all
more.
fake news or something?
No, we're the real news.
Underworld fucking house. Literally, it's my y'all let they mom talk.
Y'all ain't talking to
Juju, they
nobody.
didn't
Mom
talk
was
to
y'all ain't
nobody,
talking to nobody. Daddy, how y'all feeling? Somebody put their hands on y'all motherfucking kids.
They've been watching the house for a while.
But I'm saying, what they been watching though? I don't even be outside. So.
Back and forth, the movement.
Yeah.
Remember when I was saying, baby, y'all stop them from coming? Because y'all don't know what people doing out on the streets.
Fact.
And then when they bring it here, that's what the people assume it is. Whether it is or it ain't.
But you know where I just came from, bro.
That's what I was trying to say.
What's going through your mind right now?
The officers allowed me to interview a couple of these guys so I could learn what was going on in their head. And remember, folks, these guys are innocent until proven guilty.
Shit, we order DoorDash, you feel me? We trying to eat. I come outside, I see a whole bunch of lights. I know the police lights, you feel me? So when I see them, I'm like, damn, that look like the police, you feel me? But our food come down the street, so I'm like, why look like the police just turned? Too quick. I don't know what was going on when I seen them. I seen too many cars.
Were you expecting this tonight?
Man, hell no.
No
I wasn't
idea?
expecting this. I was just charged, man. I was on the way to the house, for real.
You was just chilling. I just got here.
And I hear the dogs in the back barking. I see a bunch of flashlights and shit. So I'm like, man, I don't know what the fuck to do right now.
Hands up. I'm shocked. I ain't gonna lie, I'm shocked.
Do you have adrenaline flowing through you right now?
Right now?
I feel it in my legs. Are you jittery at all?
No, when they first pulled up and we was on the ground, I mean, I was shaking, but I wasn't really too much, you feel me? I wasn't too much.
I guess I can just tell, here, Jacksonville is not the place to mess around. I've been with these guys the last 3 days. If you're doing something, they're gonna be on you and on you quick.
Yeah, the Jacksonville shit ain't it, man.
Is this the first time anything like this has happened to you?
No, the same situation had happened up there at the park. It's a park right there. Same situation.
And what happened after that?
It was me and my friend up there, and the police just blitzed out of nowhere. They just came from everywhere. We had nowhere to go, just like this situation.
How long ago was that?
December 26th, last year coming up. The same police officer, December 26th.
Did you do a jail time?
I mean, I was a jit then. I was 17, so I only had to do 21 days and 2 weeks on probation and go back and do 15 days.
It blows my mind to think the first time wasn't a wake-up call, though. Why was that not a wake-up call?
See, if you like that, shit, you might have a wake-up call, but you fall in.
Like you said, Jacksonville is a crazy place. You'll wake up and see that shit every day.
How many of these would it take for it to be a wake-up call that, hey, I gotta think about something else for my life?
I mean, we really wasn't doing that, so I say we already woke up to it, cause we wasn't doing nothing. We ain't have nothing on us. They just, I don't even know why I'm in handcuffs right now. They said I got a warrant. I don't know what warrant I got.
There's nothing sadder than to see a young man full of potential spending his best years of his life behind bars, where you could be doing so much.
You ain't trying to do that shit.
Do you think about that?
Yeah, I think about that shit sometimes.
Think about it every day.
All the time, shit. Be real with you.
You don't want to be in there.
Is there any message you'd want to send to a family member?
A message. I love you, sis. I love you, brother. And all my family and all the guys, I love y'all.
Take this as a wake-up call and do something important with your life. Do something positive with your life. Because life behind a cage is not.
Yeah, I know. That shit had you miserable, all type of shit, bro.
That's for lions and.
Man, that shit really ain't for nobody, bro. That
ain't
shit
for nobody.
That shit how you going crazy, boy, for real though.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Congratulations. I'll be watching your.
I appreciate you, man. All right, fellas. Any final thoughts?
Boy, I love Jacksonville. Free all the guys, man. Please, free all the guys. Free all the guys. I love y'all boys, man. Long live the guys, man. Long live Tyreek, man.
Appreciate you guys.
No problem.
Thank you. How much would you attribute fatherlessness to some of the problems we're seeing in our community?
I think it's huge. You need an emotional side from a mother, and you need dad who's going to be there to be the disciplinarian when the time comes. And when that's missing, I'm saying that's usually what happens in a lot of cases where father's not there. With that, there's something missing. So young men usually try to fill that with something else. Maybe the family of a group of guys that he hangs with that are doing things they have no business doing. Not always the case. I know there's plenty of people that work here right now that grew up in very tough situations that are pillars of the community.
What allure do you think a gang has for a young man?
One of the things that we do in the gang unit, we also go out and talk to young kids. before the internet, that conversation of snitches get stitches. Well, that's not true either, because guess what? The snitches come out anymore. They get it, because no matter what, when you're facing life in prison, but in order for me to only get 10 years in prison, I just got to tell what you did with me. They're all telling on each other, and we know that. And that's the education we're trying to get out to everyone, is not only to stop making that decision, because we're putting values on the wrong things.
You might be wondering what these guys were arrested for. A little later in this episode, we will head to the police evidence room to see what was confiscated during the raid. But for now, Detective Nieder takes us into the field to do some patrol work. Here's what we encountered.
How's it going? I'm Detective Nieder with the Sheriff's Office. You have your license on you? Hey, the couple reasons I stopped you is the stop signs back here in the neighborhood. Make sure we come to a complete stop. And then your speed limit right here on 8th Street, it's 30 miles per hour. I had you at 45, all right?
This is just a pretty typical stop. Just looks like a lady trying to get home.
How many of these sorts of stops on average does it take to get like one where guns and other stuff pops?
It's really hard to tell, man. Like even just some of the most like, you want to say like routine stops have turned into be, you know, something really good. You know, the way I put it is you cast a wide net. Sometimes you catch what you're not looking for.
Hey, ma'am, I know you're probably in a hurry to get home, but it's 30. Oh, it's all good. It's 30 on 8th, all right?
No problem.
All right, you be safe.
Basically, because you knew it was little, minor, if anything, quick, you're looking for big stuff.
Yeah, she was very, she was polite, raised any senses. She just got off work, I didn't know that. Pulling out of a school over here, and she just got done cleaning, so it just wasn't exactly what we would have been looking for tonight to try to cure violence.
There's a strong branch, I would say, on the left side of the political spectrum that say there's a systematic racism and that the police are there to put black people into the prison industrial complex. What would you say?
I will say this, from my experience over 30 years. The people that go to prison are supposed to go to prison. The people that get arrested are supposed to get arrested. And then I challenge people that say that, especially to my face, explain to me one system, one government system that's in place, that's put in place to keep black people downtrodden.
How much does rap beef play a part in the gang violence?
An absolute tremendous amount. The turf wars back in the day began with drugs and money. These days, you don't have to sell drugs whatsoever to go on YouTube and become a rap sensation. All I've got to do is start talking trash about you. And what do? I'm now going to come shoot at you. And then my guys are going to come shoot back, your guys are going to shoot back at me. And fortunately in Jacksonville, we don't have the traditional, like the Crips and the Bloods. We've got small sects of those, but we don't have the big groups. We have a lot of the younger ones, the hybrid groups.
How much does the rap world and the gang world intersect?
Most of these gangs do have a rapper that represents the group. Not every one of them do, but most of the gangs here in Jacksonville do.
Do you guys ever listen to their songs to get intel on them?
Yes.
Because will that tell you what kind of guns they have, what kind of people are in the crew?
Yeah, so
where they live, what they've done.
Yeah, so it'll help you document members and stuff along that line.
When rappers post a music video and say this is a prop, all these guns in the music video are props, does that save them from trouble?
No, not if they're not props. You can post a prop if you want to. I mean, we were one of the first ones in I think in the state that we started. I went to our state attorney, who's Melissa Nelson. I said, can we legally, if we can prove that these firearms are real, can we legally charge them for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and put them in prison for it? She says, I believe we can. Let's go for it. And we arrested probably 10 people. About 5 of them went to prison.
Some people say that drill rap is sort of a cancer and it's impacting cities all across the country. What's your take on it?
Don't get me started, because I got a playlist in my car of real rappers, real artists who knew how to produce, and they did more than mumble. They did more than talk about killing people. They talked about killing people with their lyrics and with their rhymes. Eric B. and Rakim, they were amazing. LL Cool J, one of the GOATs. You know, I talk about him all the time. The new stuff is weird to me. I can't even listen to it. Problem with it is, they're talking about real things that have impacted real families. To be that callous and that hard when you're talking about someone's life, if you don't care about people, I don't care about what your so-called art, and we're gonna do everything that we can to get you off of our streets.
Okay, here's a scenario. I'm a rapper, I'm making a very cool music video, and I have a lot of guns in it, but I put at the beginning, this is a prop. Can you guys still get me for that?
Yes, we can. We can determine if that gun is an actual firearm or if it is a prop. So a lot of people do put in that it is a prop. Sometimes they are props, but sometimes they're not. So we have ways of identifying those firearms that are in those videos to see if they really are.
I don't know if y'all seen it, but there's a guy on a bicycle right here just across the road. And he's got no lights on his bike. We're gonna try to make contact with him and see what happens. In the state of Florida, you gotta have a light on the front and back of it.
All right.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Not too bad.
All right. You know you gotta get some lights on your stuff,
I'm
right?
on the back home, brother.
All right. Where are you coming from tonight?
A buddy of mine off of Franklin.
All right. That's a long ride.
Yeah, I ride every day, though.
That's good. That's good. All right. No weapons in your backpack?
No, sir.
All right. I'm just gonna have you take it off and just set it off to the side. What you got bolt cutters for?
I mess with copper.
All right. I'm just gonna put this over here by my car.
Okay.
No weapons on you, right?
No, sir.
All right. I'm just gonna pat you down. All right.
All right. I got no weapons. I promise you, that's flashlight, no guns, no nothing.
Nothing in your bag, right? Do you mind if I look? Bottle rocket.
Yeah, that's about it. What's up with this zipper? Oh, it's kind of sort of messed up. You got to zip it to the side. It's just the zip tie's holding the top part.
Drugs?
Yes, sir, a little bit.
Drug of choice?
I do.
Be honest with you.
Ice.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm taking your piece.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, you need to get lights on your bike. I don't care if you got to go home and duct tape that flashlight to the front and to the back, but you came across Tallulah right there and all we saw was a reflector.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry. No, I'm going.
Ride safe.
Always.
Miguel put the camera by him and he's like, whoa.
Right, so to contact Bernie Robinson, morning 97 or 87, my bad.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Detective Neater with the Sheriff's Office. You got your license on you? Awesome, thank you. You still stay on Moncrief? Yes, sir. All right. You got any ID on you, sir?
I got a picture of you.
Alrighty. Hey, so the reason I'm stopping you is if you're in the front seat, they gotta have their seatbelts on, okay?
Oh, yes, sir.
Any weapons in the car, guys?
No, sir, yeah.
Alright, I feel you. Mind hopping out talking to me for a second? No weapons on you? No? No knives, needles? Like, you can get out. I'm going to hop out real quick.
I got no underarms.
You good, man? Can I go in your pockets real quick? Alright. You got anything on you that's crazy, man? Anything stuffed in your pants or anything?
Nah, I just left the crib.
Come on back here with your partner. What's up, bro?
How you doing?
You have a medical marijuana card?
No, sir.
No, you smoke hemp products?
For who?
Hemp.
Hemp?
Yeah. If you don't know what it is, hopefully you don't smoke it, right?
No.
Alright, y'all just hang tight. What do I do for work?
I'm in school.
Where you go to school?
I just go to EDUB.
EDUB? What do you do at EDUB? Play sports?
Nah.
No? Just go to school? What about you, Mr.?
I was enrolled at Alabama State, but I'm back home right now for a situation they sent me home for.
Where to start work at?
Delivering appliances and installing them.
Oh, okay. Either one of y'all sell drugs for a living?
No, sir.
No. Y'all are good. Unfortunately, you're going to lose your marijuana tonight, but it's better than going to jail for it. So,
I appreciate it.
Neither one of y'all are bad kids. Y'all don't have a record, so
I appreciate it.
just be straight up honest with it, all right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate
Everybody's
it.
not out here to hang me up over some little bit of weed, all right? So,
Appreciate it.
y'all be safe. I'm going to run to the property room real quick. It's going to take us no time. Now, one of them been arrested for one time financial crimes charge. He completed all of his probation, appeared to be a good kid. They both say they were all enrolled in school. The other one never been arrested. I don't see where taking a young man to jail and starting his record of going down the wrong path is worth it at that point. This guy might have lost $60 that he bought the weed for, but it's better than going to jail for sure.
Where are we going right now?
So we're going to the property room where you put all your evidence in at. Anytime you make an arrest, the evidence or anything that you would deem to be part of your case that is going to benefit it would go in here.
At this evidence processing center, the officers logged the weed and the meth pipes they confiscated, and we also got to see what evidence was collected in the raid that we saw at the beginning of the video. Allegedly, these were the firearms that were discovered in the house.
Copy that with 10 officer.
My name is Tommy G, and you might be wondering how I got here. Initially, I took a road trip to Memphis where I was going to be working with a nonprofit called We Fight Monsters to cover a story on human trafficking. But my friend at the nonprofit, Ben Owen, said, well, if you're going to be coming to Memphis, you might as well meet my friend Johnny Carter. He does undercover drug busts here. So of course I give Johnny a call, and like any true pal would, he invited me to a raid. You see, Johnny happens to be the director for West Tennessee Drug Task Force, so he has the pull to actually invite me to a raid where we'd also be meeting up with members of Memphis SWAT and other law enforcement agencies. Seeing as I've spent much of my career on YouTube covering the criminal side of the coin, I thought this would be an interesting opportunity to interview law enforcement and hear their story. And growing up as a bit of a pothead and rebel in high school, I've always had a little suspicion about police and authority, partly because I had trouble accepting that someone with a badge had the power to send me to jail for reefer, and partly because I was probably paranoid in my smoke-filled car. But as I've gotten older and lived in more sketchy neighborhoods, I've come to realize that good and accountable law enforcement is essential to a safe community. So in this episode, we get to witness a raid, I get to ask law enforcement all the sorts of questions you might also want to ask, and towards the end, good old Johnny has to draw his gun, but more on that later. This, folks, is inside an undercover drug bust. Let's get into it.
6 a.m. in Memphis, Tennessee. We're gonna be taking an inside look into the world of drugs at an angle that we've never seen it before. Usually on the channel, we're the ones interviewing the guy that's selling it, buying it, and this time we're gonna be interviewing the side that's raiding it. So I think we're gonna learn a lot. It's raining a bit here in Memphis, so I asked Johnny, are we still going in? Johnny said we're like the post office. It's rain or shine, they're gonna visit you. So, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good to meet you. How are you? You guys get nervous for stuff like this? If that vehicle shows up to your house, you know you're
Oh yeah, you know, there's no question.
And how many overall men do you think will make this breach?
So there'll be one SWAT team that'll make the breach. Then once the SWAT team secures the house, everybody's in cuffs, they've checked it, they'll do a secondary check. Then the search will start.
Do you get nervous before stuff like this?
Doing it for 26 years, I still get nervous every day.
And do we know what we're hitting this guy for?
Fentanyl.
And how much we talking?
Ounces.
How much can I make off an ounce of fentanyl?
It's about $20 a button. A button's about 1/10 of a gram. About $5,600. It's a never-ending battle. It's a game of whack-a-mole. You knock one down and two more pop up.
What was the timeline of when you feel like fentanyl really entered Memphis?
As soon as the states and the government cracked down on prescription opioids, you had Big Pharma. They introduced the opioid pain meds, they introduced the pain scale, and they made pain a right in the hospital, and doctors were giving it like it's the best thing since sliced bread. And then you had addicts that got addicted to it.
It's crazy hearing law enforcement acknowledge that Big Pharma is the root of a lot of the drug addiction issues in America, yet when you look at things, not one executive has ever served prison time, and all these small dealers are getting busted. It speaks to a growing frustration with Americans that the white-collar criminals can get away with anything and get rich, and the little guys get 10, 15, 20 plus years.
And then everybody cracked down on it. They did away with it. They're not prescribing it as openly as they used to. And, cartels, they pay attention to what's going on and they adjust. They're a business. They're all about money.
So right now we're traveling in a convoy.
Oh, yeah.
Around how many men would you guess are going to be on this operation?
Oh, geez, 30. So what we'll do is they'll go in and secure. They'll do their initial entry, the initial search. They'll get everybody that's out in the open secured in handcuffs, and then they'll do a secondary search for anybody that might be hiding, and then we will start the search.
Before we see this raid, I wanted to get the scoop from someone who's been raided a few different times. This is Fila. He was a big Memphis drug dealer and OG back in the day, and this is his story.
I had this trap house over on Macklemore, and every night it was a f***ing party there, 7 days a week. It was coke, it was crack, it was seed, man, plenty of money, everything. I loved it. So one night I was inside my bedroom, and I knew the music up front be loud and everybody be partying, but I was f***ing tired. I just had to get some rest. And I woke up in the middle of the night and it was f***ing quiet, and I'm like, so I get up and I walk out. My front door, the raw end door was wide open. Next thing I know, when I turn my back, bam, the cops. So they take me to the door, and I look out on the porch, and everybody that was in my house was handcuffed and laying face down on the ground.
So there's a trap house right next to a sheriff's deputy?
So that's probably why they're not selling as much out of that house and going to other places.
Okay, so they're at the front door, they're preparing to go. Holy. So they're not doing a no-knock raid, I take it?
No, those are illegal now.
Probably for good reason, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're breaching the door. They're kicking the door in. So he's not complying, or is he coming out?
So I really don't know at this point.
If there was going to be a shootout today, this is the moment when it would happen. For a tense minute, there was a standoff in which all guns were aimed at the house. Thankfully, the suspects decided to surrender peacefully, and after that, the SWAT team conducted their search.
So this is actually a female that's our main target.
Can you imagine raining out, you're woken up at 6:20 a.m. in your underwear and you're taken to jail, and that how many years is a guy like this facing most likely? Like,
so it depends on the amount and their criminal history. Sale of fentanyl is a Class B felony.
They should get the maximum amount of time that it carries. Fentanyl is like playing Russian roulette. You don't know if you gonna hit this shit and you gonna die or not.
6:30 a.m. the raid was completed without a hitch. Now the rest of the house is being searched. These people were wanted for selling fentanyl. I guess we've been doing this job covering the underworld long enough that I can say I've never met anyone that I would consider evil. I meet people that make really bad decisions. But you gotta draw a line in the sand, like, is someone that sells a large quantity of fentanyl, are they evil? Or just a good person making bad choices? Like, what level of sympathy or grace do you give to somebody like that? It's easy from an outsider, like, oh, the guy just selling drugs to pay his rent. Like, I don't think it's right, but I get it. Okay, that's one level. Another is, she just sold a dose that killed my brother. Like, now it's personal. Like, how many bodies are attached to this fentanyl game? And then, you know, when everything is said and done, how much of this just has to do with poverty and rough situations? We were at a Texas prison recently, and not one of those guys came from an upper middle class home with two parents in the household. Like, show of hands, who would say they grew up in poverty? Show of hands, how many of you had your father in your life growing up as a kid? How many of you didn't? Certainly the job of a drug dealer has been popularized, has been glamorized in hip hop and rap. Like, the hustler is the guy that people look up to in a community. And is that because rap made it cool, or because, depending on what area you're from, that might be the one guy with some sort of resources? I don't know. If I'm treating everyone like I'm an older brother and I could give them advice, I don't think I would tell them to do anything
that can result in years behind bars. What amount of money is worth time in prison? Like, even if someone said, I'll give you $1 million, but you gotta go away for 10 years. No, I wouldn't take $1 million for 1 year. Some of the law enforcement we spoke to were operating undercover, and for this reason, we had to blur their face for their interviews. For the average guy in the streets out there, can you remind them how much of a bad idea having a switch on you is?
Turned it into an automatic pistol, which is an ATF violation, which is a federal crime. You know, and once we do our job, what the actual prosecutors do with it is kind of up to them. The other big problem we're seeing right now, man, is that we're grabbing these dudes and putting them in jail for serious violent crimes, and they're getting out, you know, in a day or two.
Like murder?
Murder. It's all in the news right now in Memphis, man. They're released. They're RORing guys on first-degree murder charges.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's in the news. I mean,
because it's innocent till proven guilty, or like what's the rationale for that?
Their rationale, I think, is that they're like, well, you know, you're innocent until proven guilty, and then they're like, well, this person they arrested doesn't have a job, and they live at home with their mother, or whatever. And I understand a little bit of that. I can empathize a little bit, but when it's a violent felony, bro, and the other thing is, you're right, it is innocent until proven guilty, but law enforcement, I've been doing this for 18 years, man, and law enforcement, in my opinion, we don't put charges like aggravated assault, aggravated robbery, murder. We don't put those charges on people just with a little bit of evidence to make it probable, right? Probable cause. We don't do it. It is hard evidence, man, because I don't want to, even if we have doubt, we're not going to arrest somebody on a charge like that unless we're firmly convinced that they committed that crime. The repercussions of even just being charged and arrested, and maybe even being released later and found that you're innocent of it, like that can follow somebody for the rest of their life.
Right now, the people I'm most afraid of are typically like the 15-year-olds. This is Steve Mulroy, the district attorney of Shelby County. He and his team of 110 prosecutors set the tone for how crime is fought in Memphis, the most dangerous city in America. Some in the city praise him for things like increasing funding for the homeless and ending the illegal practice of 48-hour holds of suspects without probable cause. But others, including some of the cops we spoke to, thought he was soft on crime and deserved blame for some of the lawlessness in the city. This is what he had to say. Let's dive more into the juveniles, because what I've noticed in traveling the country and being in some of the craziest areas is it's the younger kids, 13, 14, 15-year-old kids that you sometimes have to be the most afraid of. How do you curb them, but also not just give them a free pass to get out tomorrow and do it again?
There are two particular types of crimes here in Shelby County that we're really concerned about with under 18 crime. One is car break-ins and the other is car thefts. One of the things we're doing to address that problem is we've set up in our office something called the CARS unit in our juvenile court team. And the idea is that the goal is to try to intervene early on where these under 18, but these kids are committing a nonviolent car break-in or a nonviolent car theft. We're trying to intervene before they graduate on to more serious crimes. By the time they come to us, they're already down the wrong path, right? What we really want to do is intervene more upstream, earlier in their lives, where it can be more effective.
The people that are doing the killing, especially the young guys, like what is the psychological profile that it seems like there's been such a loss of value in life? Mm-hmm. What is that?
I don't think a lot of these killings are done with any real thought put into it, right? I think it's an emotional response at a moment's notice.
So impulse control issues?
Very much impulse control. I mean, that's why you're seeing most of these young people that, you know, in their teens that are committing a lot of these crimes. It's impulse control. For whatever reason, I don't think they understand the ramifications and the depth of what they're doing.
Do you think the killer celebrated?
Yeah, oh yeah. Man, so-and-so got 2 bodies. He got 3 bodies. You know, whatever. Yeah, that's how they look at it. It just continues, man.
So for someone that says, like, wow, man, people are in tough situations, poverty.
Bullshit, you're making excuses, man, because you can say it's because they come from, you know, an environment that doesn't give them chances. That's bullshit, man. I don't want to hear that. It's still the United States of America, man. If you make the decision to make your life better, you can make your life better.
What's going through your head right now?
I'm just glad everybody's safe. We're safe, the bad guys are safe, nobody got hurt, so that's a good day. And then, of course, we found what we were looking for, so that's an even better day.
Were there any weapons found?
No weapons, surprisingly.
How often do you find a switch when it comes to a fentanyl bust?
Switches are all over. The external switches, now they've got internal switches too. which are harder to you have to break the gun down to find it.
Over the course of your career, how many raids, busts do you think you've gone on?
Oh, Jesus. Well over 1,000. I've been in law enforcement 26 years, full-time dope and gangs for 21 years. I do anywhere from 1 to 6 a week. So that's a lot of math this early in the morning.
Does it feel like you have a wild job?
It used to. It's kind of become the norm for me now. I mean, I still love it. It's still exciting. And it's still a community service.
How rough is this immediate area that we're in right now?
If it wasn't raining, we'd have heard 10 gunshots.
So rain almost helped the operation?
Rain helped keep us safe, absolutely. There wasn't any lookouts, there wasn't anybody out. So we're gonna go ahead and process the evidence, count the money, do some field tests on the narcotics that we seized, and start the process that nobody wants, and that's the paperwork.
All right, guys, we'll see you at headquarters. You've been doing this for 26 years. How have the last handful of years been different, or what have you noticed about these last handful of years?
So, back when interdiction first became a thing, back in the, I'd say, the 90s, it was pretty much trunk loads. You know, they throw it in a trunk and they take it wherever. So when you stop that car and you pop that trunk, or you look in that bag in the back seat, it was full of drugs. You know, nowadays, cartels have evolved. They hire people specifically to try to find ways to hide the drugs.
Now, do Memphis gangs come in contact with the cartels?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Do you think the Vice Lords, the Crips, the GDs, that they are doing in some way business with cartels?
Sure, absolutely. Everybody is, if you think about it. I mean, even the end user is indirectly doing business with the cartel.
How has the game changed in the last couple of years?
Oh, it's constantly evolving. I mean, every day you wake up, it's something new. It's a different way of hiding, it's a different way of selling, it's a different terminology, it's a different drug.
As we were sitting in Johnny's office, the interrogation of the suspects was happening in the room next door, so I peeked around the corner to see if I could hear how it was going. I tried to imagine how the suspects were feeling, knowing that if found guilty, they faced years of their life in prison behind bars. Is there any misconception about your line of work that you'd like to educate the public on?
There's a difference in opinion, which is what makes America America. Everybody has their own opinions. Some people think, oh, the war on drugs, we're never going to win, and we should leave these people alone, let them do what they do, and they're not bothering anybody but themselves. Some people think they ought to be locked up and the key thrown away for the rest of their life. Personally, I'm somewhere in the middle there. I think if we can help somebody and we can rehabilitate them. There are some people out there that probably need to be locked up and the key thrown away, and that's those evil people that I've stared in the face over the years.
How long can these interrogations go for?
Oh, I've had them go 30 seconds to 4 hours.
When people are in the interrogation room, what percentage of them talk and give up information?
So the majority will talk and will give up some amount of information, and that doesn't mean that they cooperate. This year alone, we seized over a ton of narcotics since January 1.
What percentage of that is non-weed tonnage?
Oh, the majority of it's weed.
Do you ever feel like when you bust a house for weed, or you're like, come on, that's weed?
Yes and no. The majority of that came off the interdiction unit, off the interstate. It was coming out of California or Colorado, places like that, coming across. Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a big one now. You were speaking earlier about the Chinese marijuana industry, and Oklahoma's ground zero for that.
This person here is trying to make the decisions that would determine how many years of their life will be spent behind bars. Let's tell you more about that process. Let's talk about the odds these suspects are facing. If the feds were involved in the raid, the conviction rate in fed cases is over 95%. If it's just the county involved, their chances are decently better in fighting the charge. However, one thing worth noting is that most of these cases never make it to court. The vast majority result in plea deals. And due to the heavy caseload many courts face, plea deals with reduced sentences are often offered to promote cooperation and accelerate the legal process. Another tactic those charged can expect is an attempt by law enforcement to turn them into confidential informants in exchange for a heavily reduced sentence. If they give away key evidence, this information can be used to obtain a warrant to raid the next dealer in the chain. The flip side of this, of course, is the extreme danger of being found out to be a snitch.
All right, we're gonna walk over here. We're gonna start going through all the evidence that we recovered from the house. We'll do some field tests. We've got to count the money and go through everything.
What is the true economic opportunity of doing this? Someone running a dope house, what type of money are they making monthly?
Roughly, I'm guessing $15,000.
And due to civil forfeiture laws, is that money now your squad's?
So to speak. There's a whole lot of paperwork and a whole lot of hearings that go along with that. We can't just take your money. We can't just say, oh, it's drug money, let's take it.
Civil forfeiture is the highly controversial practice in which law enforcement can seize the property of someone suspected of a crime. But the thing is, the suspect doesn't even need to be officially charged with the crime for the property to be taken. The most commonly seized assets include cars, cash, guns, and in some cases even the house of the suspect. Once approved by the courts, the police are then allowed to keep or sell these assets. And many agencies, including Johnny's, fund themselves through this method. And to give perspective of how much this happens, the federal government has pocketed nearly $69 billion through civil forfeiture in the last 20 years. Proponents of this practice maintain that this is a way to keep criminal organizations from getting too powerful by hampering their resources, while opponents of civil forfeiture think this is essentially allowing law enforcement to commit legalized theft and is therefore a major violation of civil rights. Here's my lawyer's take on the subject.
One, the police can come in and take things that they don't know where they came from. Are they fruits of crime? Were they bought with illicit proceeds? Or are they merely someone's actual stuff and cash? And there's been terrible instances where, imagine, the kid is selling marijuana out of his bedroom, small amounts, but the government will come after the parents and go after their car or even their house in some circumstances and say, well, it was used in maintaining a drug place, and so we're going to seize that asset. We see this a lot with people who don't trust banks. Imagine someone who's just trying to gather a bunch of money and go do something, buy a piece of property, buy a car, maybe save for their own house or their kids' college education. So they're squirreling away money, under their mattress essentially. And police come in for some related or unrelated reason and they grab all that money. What's that average citizen going to do against all the government agents and all their lawyers and all the bureaucracy that's built up to take those assets?
I'm curious to hear in the comments what your take on civil forfeiture is. In your professional opinion, what is the quality of the herb, the marijuana that we have on the table right now?
Probably pretty good. Smells more like medicinal.
Could I offer my professional opinion?
Sure.
Did you ask them what the strain of this might be?
Yeah, they didn't know.
Is not any of that purple Urkel?
No.
Would a raid have been organized just for this amount of weed?
No. It would have taken pounds and pounds for us to have even thought about it.
Tell me about the fake Perk 30s that's been coming up in the streets.
Oh God, they're everywhere. They're everywhere, and they're so easy to tell. Real Perk 30s are not as plentiful as the fake Perk 30s that are coming out. So we'll double count all this, but these are in $1,000 stacks. So if they're all correct, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. This one stack right here is going to be $8 grand. Shay, on that tablet right there, 5,000 from the third drawer, room 3. So there's another 1,300 from the bedroom drawer. Red tote in the closet, $8 grand. $1,000 bundles, 8 $1,000 bundles. What's your guess over there, guys?
18,000.
I'm gonna go with 16.7.
18,121.
I wanted a taste of what undercover work was like, so Johnny took us to an area with sketchy motels that was known for being a crime hotspot. Driving around in Johnny's car that looked like the Fedmobile, we would soon find out that the locals were not happy to see us.
So when you're navigating the hotspot, what are you thinking? What's going through your head?
Well, I mean, you're looking for what's out of the ordinary. So you have this crew walking over here.
Something looks like it's happening.
Something's going on. So she leaned in the window. She disappeared. Either he could have sold to her and she's going up to use, or he's buying and she went up to get the product.
Is this a circumstance where the ant leads to the queen?
Yeah, I mean, you take it as far as you can. Our goal is to move up. So we get the user with, you know, 1/10 of a gram or 1/4 gram or 1/2 gram. We flip them to their dealer. We get them, we flip them to their supplier, to their mid-level supplier.
So it's a game of dominoes in a way.
It is. See, that's occupied. There's a guy in the driver's seat backed in right there. He's not going into the hotel. He's been approached at least by one street person. She could have bought from him a while ago. Went maybe put it up in a room for later, who knows.
Have you had any close calls doing undercover work?
Yeah, I've had a few. Went through a neighborhood. Lady was walking through the hood and waved me down, so I stopped. And she tried to sell me some crack. 2 different ways. 2 different kinds
Both
of crack,
types
I
of
guess
crack,
you could
huh?
say. Yeah.
Damn, you must have looked like a good customer.
And that turned into me trying to arrest her. That turned into her fighting, and then that turned into her pimp coming out and fighting with her against me. So I was 2-on-1 for about 6 or 7 minutes. This was the days before tasers.
Uh-oh, the guy that was...
Yeah, I'm watching him. And
the guy behind us was the dealer, right? Potentially.
Potentially. That's cool. He's filming the car. But
This sketchy potential criminal reverse Uno'd us. You see, instead of Johnny pursuing him, he began pursuing us in an aggressive manner. Folks, in the shadowy underworld, the laws of the jungle apply, and territory can be fought over fiercely, and apparently we were not welcome here.
Oh, he's heating up.
Oh, he'll be fine.
He's trying to get up on the director of Drug Task Force car.
Yeah. Let's see if he follows me in here. If he does, yeah, I didn't think he was.
You gonna call the boys on him?
No, I was fixing to stop him. Is he still sitting there? Oh yeah, he's moving on now. Yeah, I was a little concerned about getting boxed in. That's why. That's the kind of stuff right there. I mean, that's in every neighborhood. Like you come into a neighborhood, you're not known in that neighborhood. You're not welcome in that neighborhood. They're going to be coming up on you. They're going to stop you. They're going to want to know what you're doing there, and that's the part of the undercover risk.
Man, this is a job that puts hair on your chest, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I tried doing it for 23 years.
What's the situation that we're walking into?
Right now, a possible 30 in progress, which is a person that was abducted. That was originally a missing person.
Welcome to Jacksonville.
Hey man, show me your fucking hands. He's in the house. Right here, Kyle. Right here, Kyle.
Night Patrol. This graveyard shift is notorious among police officers for being the time when wild things occur. You could be having a quiet night on the job when all of a sudden you get a call into someone's worst nightmare. Kidnappings, robberies, home invasions, and domestic violence. In this episode, each one of those scenarios I just mentioned happens. Today's episode takes place in Jacksonville, Florida, which has long been known as one of Florida's most dangerous cities. But as of recently, something remarkable is happening in Jacksonville. Under Sheriff T.K. Waters' leadership, crime stats are dropping rapidly. In fact, homicides are down about 50% year over year. And in this episode, you will meet the boots on the ground characters behind these crime fighting efforts. Over the course of 2 nights with Jacksonville Police, we venture into the darkness on night patrol with the police and also with a K-9 unit. This episode is part 2 of a 3-part series we shot with Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
Folks, we're in Jacksonville, Florida, here for a police ride-along. I have a hunch it's going to be an active night for us. Just stopping at the gas station to get a little food before we got started. Looks like some undercover guys. To be here in a wild city, basically filming an episode of Cops, there's a lot of nostalgia and excitement. This is a job I could not do. I feel lucky to even be here. For them to open their doors to us is huge. And I think goes to show the trust that we've built, that no matter if you're a billionaire, a fentanyl dealer, a police officer, a rapper, that we're gonna take care of you and do a good job telling your story. Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, how are y'all?
Good. Nice to meet you. I'm Tommy.
Nice to meet you.
How are ya?
ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? We have a crew, Tommy G Productions. They're coming to showcase the good work that you do day in and day out. They want to see patrol, narcotics, task force, how this great agency works here in our community.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. We've done this with East Chicago PD, we've done it with Drug Task Force out in Memphis, and we just want to be there to be a fly on the wall to showcase your profession, and we're very coachable, so whatever we need to do, move here, do that, tell us, and we're just happy for the opportunity to be with you guys for the next few days.
So just found some intel out about, I guess there was a shooting last night up in District 6.
The suspect's still outstanding. No idea where he's at yet.
That's really all I got tonight, so just stay safe out there, test your tasers.
What's the plan of attack today?
We'll see what calls are in the area right now to see if there's anything major going on. If not, then we'll start the bonding process, going to see if anybody's pedestrian violations or any traffic stops we can find to possibly check some drugs off the street.
Okay, cool.
So give the people the lay of the land. What's the situation that we're walking into?
Possible 30 in progress, which is a person that was abducted. That was originally a missing person.
So what's your mindset going into this, or what's your role in the strike?
So basically figuring out where everybody else is set up currently, and then getting with Lieutenant to figure out where he wants us to set up at for this 3-man strike team that we've got set up. Braden, do you have breaching tools?
I've got it.
They need breaching tools at the door.
It sounds like you guys are gonna breach the door, you said?
I'm not sure what they have there. They're asking for a 3-man team right now to go to the front of the house, and they're looking for breaching tools. If there's somebody that's being held hostage, we'll make entry.
What do we know so far?
We have a little girl in the house, she's 15 years old.
See.
There's a light that keeps coming on this side.
Let's move. I want to move this plane. I don't want her to be in the line of sight here. Hey. It looks open in here too. Ready?
Yep, gotcha. Yep.
Stay to the side of the car.
There's movement inside the house, absolutely.
Pistols down.
Stop. All right, we got contact at the front. Stand by.
Step outside. Show us your hands.
You guys behind there.
Like I said, we'll explain everything in a minute, okay? I'll get everything figured out.
I would just like to know what that.
Okay, so we got a call from
a resident?
Yeah, it was a juvenile saying that she was being held captive here.
No, there's no juvenile. We are the only ones here.
I believe it. But we just have to verify.
No, I am okay with that. I'm okay with you walking in. I'm sorry, I don't.
I gotta bring
one other person, that's fine, but.
So sorry for the scare. Thank you for understanding. Okay, good. Well, I appreciate your compliance. Very important. We appreciate that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You need anything from us? Any badge numbers, names, anything?
We want to do a supplement so that we can rule this house out. So if anybody else gets this follow up on Blue Squad, they know that this house has been cleared.
The guy you just saw get pulled out of his house at gunpoint was completely innocent. This call ended strangely, and from what I can gather, it was a false alarm. Potentially, it was a swatting call, which, as my friend Ryan Montgomery explained in a previous episode, these are online trolls that make fake calls that can be very dangerous for the people being pranked. Now, I'm not quite sure what happened with the call you just saw, but I do think it does a great job highlighting how with very little background information, police officers have to be prepared to run into crazy situations. How would you rate this area out of 10 for sketchiness?
Probably a 6 or 7. I worked here when I was in phase 3 of FTO, and it's definitely a good area to learn in, especially if you have a good FTO to teach you how to maintain these streets and everything, and how to work the job. All right, I think we're good here, so let's go see what else is going on.
Is this night off to a busy start?
Not like you would think. Like, this is pretty equivalent to a regular night.
So we're here about to have a meeting with the sheriff, TK Waters. What is your message to criminals in Jacksonville?
My message to criminals in Jacksonville is this: go away or we're going to put you away, or you can quit. We're not the agency that you want to try. Stop committing crimes in our community, or we're going to get you. We're coming for you.
One of the things I'm most curious about is if you look at the homicide rates from 2022, 2023 to 2024, the city's dropped almost in half, which is remarkable.
It is remarkable.
What's the secret sauce that's cooking here?
Man, hard work. Listen, proactivity is not a dirty word. Proactivity is what we're supposed to do. Proactivity is a part of one of the basic parts of police work. If you see a police officer just sitting there, he better be sitting there or she better be sitting there writing their police report so they can get on to the next whether call or out there being proactive, looking for people that are doing things they should not be doing in our community.
Okay, so we're on to a shots fired call?
Yes. Sometimes it's hard to find where the actual shell casings are, even with ShotSpotter.
So everything is based on the call notes here. So this was 10 minutes ago. They didn't hear anybody screaming. They didn't hear anybody yelling. You kind of got to go in thinking that the people who did it are probably already gone, but you always want to keep your head about you.
The person that reported this, what are the odds that she'll actually speak to you now that you're here?
Both of these people are not wanting to speak to us. So they're just informing us that there was shots in this area and they want us to come and check it out.
And they don't want the neighborhood to see them talking to you.
Exactly. Unfortunately, things like this, since it's not a specific ShotSpotter area, we just have to get out and canvass the area for possible casings, anybody possibly hurt, and then if we do find the casings, then we collect the casings and take them into processing.
This is the NIBIN laboratory for the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
This is Jacksonville's Crime Gun Intelligence Center, CJIC, and this office uses the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network, or NIBIN, to analyze ballistics and help solve gun-related crimes. By leveraging NIBIN, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office can quickly process and compare ballistic evidence, leading to more efficient identification of suspects and connections between crimes. For instance, when casings are collected based on ShotSpotter alerts, it has yielded a 42% hit rate when processed through NIBIN, and this links gunfire incidents across multiple jurisdictions.
So instead of saying it's a boy or it's a girl, you say it's a 9mm?
It's a 9mm, but is it a 9mm that goes to that? Because there's different characteristics of the 9mm depending on the gun.
Did y'all hear any shots fired or anything? Okay.
Thank you.
I ain't got nothing.
Where we have ShotSpotter areas, we'll typically find casings more often than if somebody just calls them in like this. But without an exact area, like ShotSpotter can give us, we don't really know where to look.
And so you guys have a testing facility where you fire a gun and then you examine it?
We do. It's a bullet recovery tank, and it's got a portal that the examiner holds the gun, shoots into the portal, into the water, and the casings are ejected out in a semi-automatic. We collect the casings that we know went to that gun, collect the bullets, and we bring them back here to image them.
So is it frustrating trying to solve things, but you get very little help from the community?
Yes, but we also have a lot of different avenues that we can use to try and find suspects.
Gun laws in Florida are pretty good for the gun owner, right?
For the most part, yeah.
So there's some heavy shit on the streets?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what's your why? What gets you excited to wake up in the morning to do this?
Just something new every day. You literally can't put the same day into another day, like, because it's always different. You never know what you're gonna get.
Would you say that this job's your calling?
I think public safety as a whole is.
So some Americans would look at the drug laws and say the war on drugs has not worked, and why are people still getting busted for things like weed? What's your take on that?
Drugs are always going to be on the streets because we don't have the manpower to catch everybody, nor the assets to be able to do all of those things, to be able to take them all off at like one specific time. That's why our specialized units try to hit it as hard as we can. The biggest issue with it is the amount of fentanyl that's being laced and all this stuff that's like, it's killing so many people.
We're definitely in the trenches right now.
Oh yes. Hey, y'all come talk to us for a second. Y'all know y'all gotta be on the sidewalk.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The police, they liars, manipulators.
What do you think it would take for the public to have a better relationship with police?
Better communication, I guess. I don't know, cause I went to jail for some stupid shit. Like, and the police should be more honest about stuff, cause they will sit here and make you feel comfortable to talk to them and open up, just for them to like do the complete opposite of what they just made. They made you feel safe.
All right, here you go.
Honestly, I feel like
just like now.
Everybody should be free, and we shouldn't have nobody trying to how to live their life, because God gave everybody free will to live their life, and we shouldn't have no police trying to stop them. Right. They don't really be helping, they be killing and stuff more than they be helping. That's all I'm saying, but
y'all be safe tonight.
Did he already tell you about the lights on your bike?
No.
I'm leaving right here.
No, you don't need to leave it. You can walk with it.
I don't need it.
You're fine. Stay off the road.
So their attitude to the stop was, I'm an adult riding a bike, why am I getting stopped by the police?
But you're still breaking the law based off Florida state statute per you being in the road when there's a sidewalk provided. So that gives us right to be able to stop you and inform you about your violation and possibly give you a ticket on it. You don't have to give a ticket, it kind of just depends.
So what type of issues do you see facing this particular neighborhood the most?
Domestic violence, and then burglaries to conveyances. You see there's cars everywhere. Most criminals know that cameras are only going to pick up so much. If they've got a mask on, they can come and bust in that window right now and get whatever they want out of it and get out of here, possibly before an officer's even on scene, so they might be able to get away with it, kind of thing.
If you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about these areas.
Probably more job opportunities, because that's mainly what people want. People want to be able to make money to afford for their families.
How do we get more job opportunities to the hood?
That's a tough one for me as a sheriff. I think the opportunities are there if you want to take the opportunity. Let me use myself for example. I'm not perfect, right? As soon as I became old enough to work, there was a job there for me. Whether it be bagging groceries at 13 years old or working a summer hire job in Europe when my dad was stationed in Germany, working a summer hire job and then going to bag groceries when it's done. The reward of being able to earn my own money is tremendous. It's a sense of accomplishment. The jobs are there. They might be smaller jobs, but certain jobs I believe are entry-level jobs anyway. So take those entry-level jobs. We live in the society that we live in, because we live in America, there's a sense sometimes of an entitlement. Let's not have that attitude. Let's realize that we have to crawl before we can walk. Start where you need to start and move up. The jobs are there.
Officer Payne with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. The reason for the stop is you're missing a headlight up here.
I didn't know.
What goes through your mind when you first get pulled over?
What the hell they pulling me over for? I called my boyfriend. I said they finna pull me over. I seen y'all whip behind me.
Yes, ma'am.
If you had a son and they said they want to become a police officer, what would you think?
Be careful. You know, I don't know. It's a job.
What's been your experience with police and law enforcement?
I don't bother y'all, so y'all don't bother me.
But do you feel like, hey, they make the city safer? I'm happy they're here.
Yeah, especially nowadays. Yeah. Bad nowadays. It's like bad. It's nothing like when we was growing up.
On the left hand side, this is why my license is suspended.
My license got suspended. Now I gotta try to go do something else as far as work, because I done lost my job. Because y'all wrote me a citation, y'all told me to walk on the left-hand side. So on the left-hand side, there's no sidewalk here, and there's no sidewalk here. I looked it up in the statute, it says walk on the left-hand side if there is no sidewalk. How many times I gotta get stopped today?
Okay, well, they're probably
This don't make no damn sense, man. Y'all out of control, man. Y'all already taking food out my son's mouth. Y'all just gonna keep harassing me every fucking day. I get off work, walking, you can't walk here, you can't walk there, you can't walk here. Why am I always being harassed, bro? I'm just tired, bro.
Stay on the sidewalk.
I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm letting you know I'm tired. All right, I know what to do.
One of the strategies Jacksonville Police champions is a tactic they call proactive police work. It's when officers pull people over for minor infractions like driving with a broken taillight or walking on the wrong side of the street, and this gives them the legal means to investigate for more serious crimes like felons with guns, drugs, and outstanding warrants. Supporters argue that this approach takes dangerous criminals off the street before they can do any harm. Critics, however, see this as a form of harassment. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you a fan of proactive police work, and would you want this done in the city where you live?
We had an interaction with a man last night who was walking in the street and he got pulled over. He got, licensed, and he felt like he was being harassed. I'm an adult walking down the street, and the police officer we were with said that, we got to look at the little things because they could turn into big things. But I mean, you guys have done a fantastic job cracking down on one of the biggest crimes there is of murder. How do you balance that with not being overbearing on the population? I'm an adult walking down the street. Why are you pulling me over with 2 squad cars?
So first of all, where was he walking? Second, what time of night was it? Third, was there a call for service about a suspicious individual, which happens quite often. You don't do a drive-by when you're walking through a neighborhood. You do a drive-by because you're in a car with weapons and you shoot at people that, whether it be a rival gang member or something like that. And then sometimes some of our innocent people in our community fall victim to that kind of stuff. So we stop cars and we look for reasons to stop cars. Part of the process. It's part of what we're supposed to do. You can watch video after video of people saying, oh, you're violating my rights, you're violating my rights. But if you call me because someone's in your neighborhood that you don't recognize, or they look strange, I have a responsibility to answer that call and find out what's going on.
In Milwaukee, the statistics came out, that's where I'm from, that police contact to civilians was down like 40 or 50%. They were less likely to do a traffic stop, less likely to pull someone over. We inherited things from that era of, anti-police sentiment was at an all-time high. How did you guys combat that or work around it?
You have to stay steadfast through the good and the bad. Every interaction with the police, for the most part, is negative, whether it be a traffic stop. It's not negative in the sense where the officer's unprofessional. No one likes getting stopped for a traffic violation. We just have to drive through that and push through that, one, with professionalism, making sure the public knows that we're doing this because we care about what's going on in our community. We want to make sure that our community members are safe.
I know police are super important, and I know you guys have a very dangerous job, and you guys take care of things that most people don't have the balls to take care of. But yet, he was an adult walking on the street. I've done that tons of times, and I've never gotten pulled over.
Yeah.
What would you say to that?
That doesn't change the fact that he's still violating a Florida state statute.
So you don't walk on your street in your neighborhood?
Sure don't.
Because we talk to a lot of guys in neighborhoods like this, and I think how they feel is they feel like it's one big system that's kind of against them.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not against anybody. We're just enforcing the law to mitigate other issues like the dude that got run over right here, just like that guy right there. Note that stop sign right there with the hand that says don't cross, and he's in the middle of the crossing right there. Dude died right there, right in the middle of this road right here because of him and his violation. That is the exact reason why we do this stuff, is to mitigate these issues. And then he wants to come at me like I'm the bad guy when I'm just trying to enforce a law to keep him from getting hurt.
Did you have to respond to that scene?
I sure did. He was dead right here.
I don't judge people. It's not my job to judge their character or them as a person. I'm just out here to enforce the laws.
It's either 566, Signal 13, Acorn, and Church Street. Hey, man. You ain't got no light on this thing. You need to get one. You need one for the front and rear. You gotta have one, a white light on the front that's visible up to 500 feet, and then a red light on the back. Yeah, you gotta have a light on here. We got a lot of people getting hit out here. Thank you. Just hang out with this officer, I'll be right back.
She works at Daly's in Mandarin.
Holy cow!
She rides her bike to and from work, hour and a half every day.
Yo, that's commitment right there. Yeah, that's a long way. Here you go. You're all good. Just make sure you get a light for the front and the rear of it, okay?
Yeah, I be having scares on the bike, so.
Exactly, yeah. We ain't trying to have scares on the bike. That's why we pulled you over, just for the same instance.
Yeah,
So,
I get you.
that's a long way to ride a bike. Holy cow.
Yeah.
But she just got her vehicle stolen. last year.
I think that just goes to show how much that impacts someone's life. That now she's spending 3 hours a day biking to work.
Yep, exactly.
What are we running into?
So we got a 21 burglary to a residence that just occurred. Complainant residence suspect is complainant's son, so it possibly could be civil because they're family members, but we still don't know that yet. Son came in through the window. It could be civil because the son could have a key, but she's saying it's a burglary, so we have to treat it as such for a burglary.
Her own son?
Yeah. That's it? Alright, that might be him. Nah. Hey, what you got going on?
What just happened? Why all the police is here?
Somebody here called about a burglary.
No! We didn't call about no burglary.
What's the address here?
Ain't no burglary here.
Yeah, that's where our address for a burglary is.
Oh no, I'm gonna say no, ain't no burglary here, baby.
Who called?
I did, but I was coming for he gone, my son. But he gone, I called. I just
Oh,
called
so it was a burglary, but he's gone.
Yeah, no, you can say, well, he gone.
So he's not here?
No, he left.
She called the cops, but then acted completely surprised that you guys showed up.
Yeah.
What is that about?
I don't know. It's pretty dead.
So what do you guys make of that situation?
That's a common theme. Parents calling about their kids because they don't want them in the house. And then we show up because we have a call for a burglary. And then she doesn't like that, so then she doesn't want anything done. And if she doesn't want any police services, then there's nothing we can do.
This is a thinking man's game. There's so many statutes and laws. This isn't just a brute force job. This is someone that you have to really be on your toes and aware of things that are changing all the time.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It takes, I guess you could say it takes a toll on how you have to think about things. It also is a way you have to think about things when you go into a call. So sometimes when you go into a call, you have to like think about all these statutes that you have to follow per Florida, or all these policies that you have to follow per JSO.
You have much bigger cojones than I do. Thank you for taking us out tonight, and stay safe out there.
Will do, thank you.
That concluded an action-packed first night with the Jacksonville Police, and we were told the next day would be spent with a legendary officer on the K-9 team. Let's meet the guy.
Sarge, tell the people who you are and what you do.
My name is Sergeant Plugger. I'm one of the 3 K-9 sergeants at our JSO K-9 unit.
What kind of stuff have you seen in your day? Have you been shot at?
Yes.
Have you gone on foot chases?
Oh yes, like working behind. When I was a K-9 handler, yes. I mean, all that stuff. So the K-9 unit only deploy on typically, violent felony suspects. So usually when a K-9 unit is being asked to respond to a call to assist, they're going with the air unit as well, and it's usually someone who's done something very violent and then ran from the area.
And how have you seen Jacksonville change over time, keeping in mind the homicide rate was almost double 2 years ago and has gone way down?
Yeah, so our sheriff, TK Waters, has done a phenomenal job. He's definitely increased the proactive policing initiatives, putting his officers in areas that are extremely more violent than others.
What's the secret sauce that's cooking here?
Man, hard work. Listen, and I think everybody knows this. 2017, 18, 19, 20, weird times in the United States of America, where you vilified, and you get to a point where around the country where, all right, I want to do this, I love my community, but if I do this and then something rough happens, they're gonna persecute me and drag me on the news, drag me on YouTube, Facebook. At some point, officers began to take a step back. We didn't really notice it that much here. But if you have a person that feels like they're gonna be persecuted for doing a job that not many people want to do, and what it takes to be able to get here, you have a tendency to want to slow down. Well, what we've done here is proactivity is not a dirty word. Proactivity is what we're supposed to do. Proactivity is a part of one of the basic parts of police work.
So what are we walking into right now?
This is just a parking garage we were using for training. This is a 4-day tracking class put on by a really good trainer. And he's just teaching his theory and methods of how to implement getting these dogs to track and keep their nose on the ground on hard surfaces, which is the most difficult for dogs to do.
And what are these fellas about to do right now?
Run a track, so we'll get to see the dog work a human odor in a direction and complete it all the way to the end. And that's what we're working on. This is hard surface tracking, so obviously not grass. This is the most difficult tracking that you can do because there's not grass and dirt and moisture up here to hold that human odor. So we're working on paying the dog right from the start. You see he's locked onto his little bit of kibble, but blended in with that kibble is where he has laid a track all the way around this. Take a step, nice. Move, slide line, very nice. He's working like there's stairways there. The track goes past the stairs, the dog goes in the stairs, but then makes that turn and follows it down to the end. So now he's following odor exactly like we want to do, and that was his marker.
How bad can a dog bite somebody up?
Permanent bodily disfigurement, like helicopter flight to the hospital.
We got a call?
Training program.
Hey, brother.
Oh, have a good one.
Good meeting you. We just got a call?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Something about fleeing a lead warrant. We'll check the computer when we get in the car.
So, what'd you say this is a dangerous job?
Canine is probably the most dangerous job in law enforcement, in my opinion. It forces you to take exposure. So, our SWAT guys deal with like the worst of the worst. Those guys are highly trained, right? But then they have a lot of armored vehicles, and most of what they deal with are high-risk search warrants and barricaded suspects. When you have these violent criminals who do the things that they do and they run off in the woods, you have no idea where they're hiding. So you're having to take, your safety and put it in your dog's hand and your dog's nose, really.
And is this a lights on speed in there or just cruise there?
I don't do that a lot, man. You got people on their cell phones driving, dude, right? They're not paying attention, and all of a sudden they hear sirens and see lights and they freak out even more.
Like what we saw in the last few years, now people are comfortable calling shit out. Like when they see a convenience store robbery, like the comments online are just dragging that person, like what a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I think young men they want their cities to feel safe again. They know they can do something about it.
Yeah, no, that part's true. I can definitely see that.
Because it does feel like we went through like a lawless era.
Oh my gosh, man.
Oh, someone steals their car? Well, they're not out next day, so they don't even care.
Oh yeah, it was like the George Floyd thing, and then you had COVID right behind it.
How did the George Floyd incident change policing in America?
I think it helped turn a lot of the general public against or feel like that it's a lot more corrupt than it really is. I think that was a difficult situation. That's still not indicative of the police departments across America. We had about 800,000 calls per year for service. We stop our cars, we go inside stores. We have public police contact, right? Not even logged out on, just contact, where we talk to one another and see each other. Out of that, did we have, 7 officer-involved shootings last year? Out of millions of contacts, millions. And so you put that in perspective and you tell that story, it helps clear it up a lot.
So what's this call for?
Robbery. Business advised, they just left, 23 to a business, unknown, vehicle description, into the store, took everything from jewelry case. Yeah, they smashed all the jewelry cases and took everything.
2 miles out.
Is that his name, Zeke?
Zeke, yeah.
So right now Zeke's hoping that somebody starts a running.
Yeah, so he already knows what time it is, especially when we start keying up on the radio. He's about a 7-year-old dog, so like by now he's kind of understanding what the game is,
We're here at the scene of a robbery of a jewelry store. It's a smash and grab, but they did leave blood on the scene. But we're trying to figure out, there was 2 suspects, where they went, whether they took a vehicle, and how much is missing. So the employees are shell-shocked. They just had a crazy thing happen on their watch, and they're kind of picking up the pieces and packing up and going home. And so this is now the investigation starts, tracking these guys down, trying to figure out who did it, where the loot's going, and apparently it was just tax season, so people have been running in here buying things, so there's a lot of activity, hard to sort out who may have been who. So now the police are trying to look for suspects and figure out the next step. Does any part of you get excited for calls? Like, man,
so that is my problem. I absolutely love it, right? But I have to make myself stop because like, that was the whole thing. The pact that I made with my wife. Hey, I'm gonna get promoted and I'm gonna get away from the craziness because it's not just me that goes through this. My wife goes through this stuff too, right? And when my police dog got shot, man, it hit us, man. It hit us hard. That was very traumatic.
So how did your life change after your dog got shot?
Oh man, it was very humbling to, go through something like that. Numb to it, you're not as affected, but then yeah, I think it was worse because you have a working relationship with a dog that, dude, when I was working that dog on call, I was with that dog more than I was my wife.
Officer Plogger is referring to one of the most gut-wrenching moments of his life. 3 suspects on the run shot at police and the police returned fire. In the chaos that ensued, Plogger's dog Huck was hit with multiple rounds. Frantically trying to stop the bleeding and save Huck, the police put pressure on his gunshot wounds and quickly got the dog on a helicopter to an emergency vet. Huck unfortunately lost part of his front leg from his injuries, but the good news is he survived. He had to retire from his canine duties, and he now lives full-time at his pal, Officer Plogger's house.
We're en route to a domestic violence call. Looks like dating violence, where an alleged battery occurred, and it looks like the female half is waiting for officers to make the report, and then the male half, it looks like his whereabouts are known.
Officers received a call about a woman who was terrified of her boyfriend. Supposedly earlier in the day, he beat the hell out of her and she was scared to return to her house because she feared he was waiting for her there. Because this was allegedly the boyfriend's 3rd domestic violence incident, it elevated his case to the felony level. Officer Plogger and his K-9 team was called in on this operation to catch the boyfriend and ensure he didn't scurry away. The police met at a nearby gas station to game plan for his takedown.
What's y'all's plan from here?
So if he's not in the driveway, obviously we're going to set up around the house.
Right.
There's back door, front door only, no attic, single level house, multiple windows for him in case he does go in there. But
just based on, I'm assuming it'll just be a call out because of the potential harm. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you want to go Old Kings to West Moncrief? That way we don't have to drop by the house and just stage on Leona at the dead end right there, and then we'll come in. We'll have canine primary since the dog will be primary on a runner, and that way if he just squirts to you, you can have eyes on.
All right, so you want me on Leona by the dead end?
And we're not going to move in to attempt contact until you tell us you're set.
So because she's giving permission and she owns the house, do you need a warrant to go in?
No, so she's saying the house is locked. She's saying that he is texting her and telling her that he is at her house waiting for her.
Is she kind of helping set it up a little bit?
She's giving us the information of where he's at. So yeah, she's assisting on where he's located. We still don't, we haven't confirmed he's there though. We won't know until we get there. I think the victim told the other patrol officers that she feels like it's escalating, that she's in fear that he might, escalate it more.
Obviously, we run through different scenarios on how the suspect maybe reacts. Maybe he runs, maybe he just complies, maybe he runs in the house, which creates a whole nother dynamic with barricade. So just kind of game plan in different scenarios in my head that might occur.
We're camped down.
Yeah, I know.
2 houses down. Just waiting for the word to sweep in.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
We're going in.
Y'all got your comms down?
Yep.
Holy shit.
I'll take comms if we get a runner. So let's hug close to that house. Yeah, it is.
I did see a shadow. Hey, we're walking place. I need to reach out to her and see if she saw anybody pop out.
No, I think he's long gone now. Is that busted out?
Hey man, show me your fucking hands. He's in the house.
Hey.
Show me your fucking hands. It's the police. We want you.
I didn't do that.
We want you. Go to the front door.
Hey, Chuck, hold.
He's going to the front. He's going to the front. Right here, Kyle. Right here, Kyle. Put the dog in. Put the dog in.
Get your dog out. Hey.
Put the dog in.
This for my safety, bro. Wait.
Get out. Get out right now. You're gonna get bit.
I'm coming.
Get out right now.
Don't do that.
Get your ass out the house. Go to the ground.
What am I doing?
Go to the goddamn ground.
Go to the ground.
Go to the ground.
What am I baby saying?
Go on your fucking stomach.
I'm on my stomach.
Don't you fucking move.
I'm on my stomach. My name is Octavia Salazar. I stay in this house. The key in my pocket, Mom.
Relax, Roy. Relax.
I'm relaxed.
We're gonna tell you what's going on when we're ready. Just chill.
Oh my God.
Is there anything I need to know about any weapons or anything?
I got weed in my pocket. That's it. I stay here. You can call the owner. She will. Man, listen, man, y'all tripping, man. And you got the dog finna bite me and shit. You threatening to bite me with a dog and all that. I ain't did nothing. And I got the code to the house. How the what is going on, bro?
That guy was as close as you can get to getting dog bit. Because going by what the victim stated, that he's not supposed to have a key to the house. So they're gonna have to revisit that and question her why he might have a key.
At what point will you explain to him?
I'm not. That's their job. We did what we came to do, which was locate him.
So, and hypothetically, if I'm in an arrest situation, I don't get to know why?
We can tell you your charges, yeah, but we don't have to explain all the details. That's what your first appearance court is. Like, that guy was escalated, right? He was very elevated, upset, obviously. So we don't have to, when you ask, we don't have to tell you at the time that you ask, right? We're trying to de-escalate and calm him down because he's still riled up. They have to search him. We still don't know if he's got a gun on him.
So there was an incident that happened earlier between you and your girl.
That was earlier, yes.
Okay, put your hands on her.
No, sir. We didn't even go through it.
Okay, so how did she get all her bruises on her?
Man, that girl come up. She has bruises. Listen, man, I don't like this. I do not like this. I'm going to reiterate everything.
So you didn't put your hands on her.
No, sir.
There should be no reason for her to be absolutely terrified of you.
She's not terrified of me. I just spoke with.
I'm gonna quote her. She said you beat the shit out of her.
Man, I ain't do nothing like that, bro.
You do have a violation of your probation.
No,
you're going to jail.
Why am I going to jail?
Okay, domestic battery, second and subsequent.
Man,
you're also being charged with resisting.
Listen, whoa. Man, that's wrong though. That's what you did.
Those things kind of ravel out of control pretty quick, huh?
Yeah.
There's always room to improve on everything we do. Nothing ever, in my mind, goes perfectly.
And if guilty, this would be his third domestic violence?
I don't know. According to the patrol officer who's their primary unit, she's saying it would be his third domestic with the victim. So he may have priors before that, I don't know.
The average person does not get to experience stuff like that.
I know, but see, this is what the job does, because like to me, that's not even a tick on the meter. Like that didn't even get my blood pressure up.
So same thing, when I'm in there with the Gaines or like the Tijuana guys, like I've been desensitized to where it's not a big
something
deal.
wrong with you, dude.
But
what evidence did they have on him? Did they have any?
Evidence?
Yeah, with the text messages and stuff, like I'm gonna beat your ass or?
So I don't know, they had the domestic battery. I don't know, but it was his third subsequent offense, which brought the felony into play.
Oh, so they already had the charges?
Yeah. They had the felony, the domestic charge on him. But,
okay,
you know,
not a warrant, just PC?
Yeah, that's why we were talking about the violation of probation.
Okay.
It was kind of.
So what's gonna happen to that guy?
He'll get a first appearance court in the morning and a bond set. And he was scared of that dog, so I'm sure it helped with his surrender. I mean, that's a benefit too.
So.
We got into some crazy situations. The officers were brave, and I'm glad that everyone is okay. No one in the entire 2 days was harmed in the filming of this, both the criminal, the suspect, the cop, and us. So it's a good day, and things march on. So if you're interested in the murder rate going down, then this is a city to sure check out and look into and ask, what is the recipe they have going on here?